Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie. Welcome to 2021. I'm not even gonna get into what a crazy year it's been because we already know. I've already said it, you've already heard it like a million times. So we're not gonna get into that kind of like negative, like, you know, all the stuff that's gone wrong this year. Let's talk about all the things that have gone right this year. This is gonna be my favorite products of 2020. I have tried quite a few makeup items. When I was on quarantine, I did a lot of drugstore shopping, and I've gotten a lot of really cool and some free things along the way, so I thought that I would talk about the things that I love this year. If you guys would like to see all the products that I have been loving this year, then just keep on watching because I'm gonna show you. Okay, I've got my evil eyes protecting me from bad spiritual energy in 2021, okay? We don't want any of that in this house. None of that. So I've kind of divvied this up into different categories, just by example of like other YouTubers that have done this kind of series before. I have more than just makeup products. I also have some skincare products too. I'm a big believer in skincare being a huge part of makeup, and that's because I think that if your skin looks and feels good, your makeup's gonna look even better. So skincare is really huge to me, even though sometimes I have a really hard time doing my skincare routine. Just depression things. The first product that I want to talk about is the Ole Henriksen Truth Juice Daily Cleanser. I've been using this for a little while now. I really like this cleanser. I was using the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser before. This one to me is similar in the way that it leaves my skin feeling clean without feeling really stripped, and I love the scent on this one. I love Ole Henriksen products in general. This just so happens to be the first cleanser that I've tried from them. I really, really like it, and it's been my favorite all year. My favorite eye cream, for sure. This has been my favorite eye cream for like the past 4 years. This is the Belif Moisturizing Eye Balm. So, so good. I have really bad eczema around my eyes, and I really do find that this is just so rich, so hydrating, keeps my eye area super hydrated, prepped for makeup. Really does help to defeat dry skin, especially in the winter time. My eczema really starts to flare up then, so love this eye cream. Gonna probably continue to use it until I find something better, which I don't know if that'll ever happen. I've tried so many different serums this year, but I'd have to say that my favorite is the Inkey List Hyaluronic Acid Serum. It's like $8. It's an incredible deal, and I really do feel like it is incredibly powerful hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a BHA, which means that it really does penetrate the deepest layers of the skin, and that means that it's going to penetrate those deep layers of the skin and provide instant and lasting hydration, and I really need that. My face is, I would say, normal to sometimes dry, especially in the winter. My face feels quite hydrated because I've been using this a lot lately, and I really like it. So for moisturizers, I actually chose two, one for day and one for night. For the day moisturizer, I chose the MAC Strobe Cream in Peach Light. This is my favorite moisturizer probably of all time. This one's empty, but I haven't picked up a new one yet. At some point I will, but I've kind of been playing with different moisturizers. This just adds a really beautiful glow. It's really nice and hydrating, and it really does prep the skin for makeup. It looks great on its own, but it also looks equally beautiful underneath makeup or mixed in with your foundation. When I was working at MAC, I used this on almost every single client, and it just looks amazing. For night, I chose the Origins High-Potency Nightamins. This has AHAs in it, which is going to penetrate the first layer of your skin. This is gonna help to kind of brighten any dark spots or discoloration. They have a lighter oil-free version. This one is the more rich one. I really like a rich moisturizer for nighttime because I really do like a lot of hydration at night to leave my skin feeling better and more hydrated in the morning. This is the second one that I've gone through. I love the way it smells. It reminds me a lot of the Ole Henriksen cleanser, just that kind of nice orangey scent, and I'm almost out. It's a great moisturizer. I've been using it every night that I remember to do my skincare. I also want to talk about toners really quick. My favorite is the Ole Henriksen Glow 2 Dark Spot Toner. I really didn't use a toner before this, so I don't even want to say this is my favorite toner of all time because I really haven't tried any others. But if I had to choose a toner, it would have to be this one. Again, this has some AHAs in it, so it's going to be really great to brighten the skin, get rid of dark spots and discoloration, stuff like that. I have some acne and acne scarring, and this really does help to lighten that over time, even within just like a couple days. If I have a breakout around my face, within days it'll be practically gone. It'll look visibly lighter. It's just a great toner overall. Has a nice scent to it. It feels a little tingly, but I don't mind that too much. But yeah, great toner. Love that one. I also threw in a spray because why not? I love sprays. I don't think that they're essential to skincare, but I do think that they make the skin look great. And sometimes the ingredients really do help with the longevity of makeup and hydration. The one that I chose is the Fix Plus Magic Radiance. I wouldn't really call it a setting spray as much as I would just call it a facial spray. This has vitamin C and essential oils in it. It's really hydrating. It leaves the skin looking really nice and glowy and beautiful. I love putting it underneath my makeup or just like alone, but it also looks great over makeup if you're wearing quite a bit of powder. It helps to kind of kill some of that like powderiness and add some more life back into the skin. Really similar to just like a regular Fix Plus, but with like an extra oomph. And I love that. It's amazing. This is actually empty. I need to get a new one soon because it's essential in my skincare routine at this point. I also chose a lip balm because I feel like it's really important to keep your lips hydrated too. And my favorite one of 2020 is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is the original one. I've used quite a bit of it. It's a great lip balm. I use it before I do my makeup. I use it before I go to bed when I do my nighttime skincare routine. It keeps my lips really soft and hydrated. Especially in the wintertime, I get a lot of like cracked dryness on my lip area, and this really does help to kind of smooth it out, hydrate, make them feel more plump. So yeah. Okay, that was skincare. Let's move on to makeup. I am gonna start with a primer. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't know that primers really do much. I think that if you are more oily and you want to mattify your skin, a mattifying primer might do a lot for you. My skin's pretty normal. I don't really feel like I need priming. I don't need my makeup to stay on a long time. I don't really have a lot of trouble with that. But I feel like if a primer really does do something, then it's worth mentioning. I've been trying quite a few because I'm really trying to like primers. I don't want to believe that they're just gimmicks, but yeah, I've tried a lot. The one that I actually really did like this year is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. It's supposed to be pore smoothing. I don't know that it does that necessarily. I like the texture. I think it's really unique. My favorite thing about this truly is the glow. It does make my skin pretty smooth. Poreless, I don't know about that, but smooth, yes. But it just has a really beautiful glow to it that I just love underneath my makeup. Almost every time that I've done a full face this year, I've used this primer and I really do like it. Again, I don't know if it really has helped with longevity that much. I don't think that it's really pore filling, but I do love the glow that it gives and I do like how smooth it makes my skin look. So yeah, good primer overall. I don't know if it's like my favorite, but for 2020, this is my favorite at least. So for brows, I'm really only going to mention one product. I've used a couple different brow pencils, but there's only been one brow gel that I've really like consistently been using, and that is the MAC Big Boost Fibre Gel Eyebrow Gel. I really like this. It has little fibers in it which do help to kind of boost the brows, as you would say. It adds a lot of volume, a lot of oomph, and I think that like more bushy brows are really in right now. I like the way that they look on me. I feel like they suit my face well, and I just naturally have pretty bushy brows. So this not only helps to kind of add a little bit extra, but it also helps to tame them as well. It does kind of have a bit of texture, but honestly, to me, like that's a fair trade-off for having brows that like stay in place but also look fluffy. So great brow product. I'm pretty much like down to the last few scrapes of this bottle, so I've got to get a new one, but it's a great brow gel. Really been liking that one. For the past like 9 years, I've been consistently using one eye primer. Don't know that I'm ever gonna stop. It is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. Before this, I actually did use Painterly, but for the past few years, I've been using Soft Ochre. I love Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I love the MAC paint pots in general. I think they're great eye bases. They help to even out discoloration on the eyelids. They help to keep the makeup in place a little bit longer, and it adds a sticky base for the shadows to really grip onto. I do set my lids with powder after I apply this product because I do like how smooth it is with the powder and how easier shadows blend, but I love the paint pots. A great product, really does help with the longevity of eyeshadows. I have a lot of discoloration on my eyelids, so I love using this to just kind of blanket out, remove any of the redness, and create a smooth, flawless base for any shadow that I apply on top. I'm gonna mention two different shadow products, a shadow palette and a single shadow. For the shadow palette, I would have to say that this year is probably gonna go to the Colourpop Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette. Since I got it, I've used it quite a bit. There are some shades that I haven't touched as much, but these neutrals, I use this almost every day. I love this palette. I love that glitter. That's beautiful. I think the theme is really cute. I love Hocus Pocus. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think the color story is really nice. And it's just a palette that I feel like suits me really well. And I've gotten quite a bit of use from it. So yeah, this is my favorite palette of 2020. My favorite single eyeshadow of 2020 was for sure the MAC Dazzleshadow Extreme in Joie de Glitz. This beautiful, beautiful like olive metallic green, stunning. I'm wearing it on my eyes right now on the center. When these first launched, I remember I saw them in an update, I believe like earlier this year. It's still 2020 by the way, even though this video is gonna go up in 2021. It's still 2020, but it was earlier this year. I think I was in like a MAC update and we saw these and I was kind of playing around with them, and at first I like really wasn't that big of a fan, but then I saw this color and I was like, ooh, okay, I'm interested. And then they released, and I just had to get one, and out of all the ones that there were, this is the one that I wanted the most, so I ended up buying it, and I've used it quite a lot this year. I love this shade. It's just so pretty, so metallic, and it's just got a really beautiful reflect to it. It's stunning. I like to use it with some Fix Plus to kind of make it a little bit more bright, kind of stay on a little bit longer and just look more extreme. But I actually layered it with this NYX pencil today and it looks really good. So yeah, love this eyeshadow. Highly recommend this color. The formula is okay in the rest of the shadows, but for some reason this one just really stands out to me. I don't know if it's the color that kind of changed the formula a little bit, but this one to me, out of all of the other shades in this release, this one was the star. My favorite eyeliner. I've kind of thought about it. I've gone back and forth between like a pencil liquid or a gel. Gels are not my favorite. Let me start by saying that. Gels are not my favorite eyeliner form. I find that they transfer a lot on me. They don't last as long. And I find that liquids last a lot longer, especially on the lid, and pencils last a lot longer on the lower lash line, and that's just always the way that it's gone. But this gel liner kind of changed that for me. This is the Colourpop Swerve gel liner. She is black, 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 waterproof, long wearing, just glides on so smoothly, so beautifully. I can wear it on the upper lash line, I can wear it on the lower lash line, on the waterline, and it looks great. It is so deeply black, so long wearing. It is a great gel liner, and I've used a lot of different black gel liners, but this one's the winner, baby. Okay, Colourpop, you've done some good things this year. I won't lie. Mascara. Pretty much for the last few years, I've been using just waterproof mascara, especially when I go out, I work, or I do anything where I need my makeup to stay on for an extended period of time. If I'm just filming a video like today, I'll wear something that's like not waterproof, but I usually use a waterproof mascara because I find that non-waterproof mascaras transfer a lot on me. So I really like the MAC in Extreme Dimension Waterproof Lash. I just call it the 3D Black Lash Waterproof. This mascara is great. I love the wand. I know some people don't necessarily like it because it's really large and in charge, but I do. I find it adds quite a bit of volume. I can wear it on its own and it looks, especially when my lashes are curled, almost like I'm wearing pulse lashes, and the longevity is amazing. Yes, it's harder to take off, but if you're using an oil cleanser, not a big deal. I really like this mascara. I've used it in the non-waterproof version for a really long time, but finally one day I just like bit the bullet, bought the waterproof version, and I have not bought the original because waterproof mascara is just my favorite mascara, and this one is my favorite waterproof mascara of all time. Favorite lashes. This really wasn't that hard. I've tried some different lash styles this year. MAC released their new lashes, but these Ardell ones, man. These are the Naked Lashes in 422. They have what's called an Invisiband, so they blend seamlessly, and I have to agree. I love how thin this lash band is. It really does blend in like super seamlessly with your lash line naturally. It looks like a really just natural lash. It's not so natural that you can't tell that they're there because you can see them a little bit, but it's like a barely there lash, and it just looks so good. I love this kind of natural lash on pretty much any eye makeup look because it just adds that little extra bit that you're needing when you have a smoky eye, like something really extreme. and it really does help to make a more like neutral eye pop. And these are really inexpensive too. I've gone through a couple pairs of these already. I really like these lashes and I highly recommend. They're really, really good. If you like more of a dramatic lash, you know, these might not be for you, but if you're just looking for like a great everyday lash that will look good with pretty much any eye look, these ones are the best. I'm gonna move back to face products. I know you're like, oh my God, this is not in order, but this is in order to me because this is how I do my makeup. So moving on to face. For foundation, I will say this, my favorite foundation of all time, still to this day, is the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. I don't know if they reformulated it or not. I've heard that they have. I haven't repurchased it since then. I do have another bottle sitting in my drawers, like one full one that I haven't used yet. I just haven't been wearing a lot of foundation this year. But I have tried a couple different ones. I've tried a Milani one, I've tried a L'Oreal one, I've tried a YSL, some YSL ones, and then also some Armani ones. But I also tried a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. It was my first ever Charlotte Tilbury purchase. I'm not gonna lie, I really like this foundation. My favorite foundation this year, for sure, is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation. She is lightweight, she is sheer coverage, light, buildable, but not to anything substantially full. Luminous, super luminous, glowy, looks stunning on the skin. I can still see some of my imperfections showing through, but I don't really mind that too much, especially on days where my skin's looking a little bit better. I just throw this on with like a fluffy brush and I'm good. I kind of wish that I would have grabbed a shade slightly more yellow because it is a little bit more pink on me, but I don't mind too much. I just bronze, you know. It also smells a little old lady-like, but I really like this foundation. It looks very good on my skin. I've only bought it a couple months ago, but it looks good. It feels also very good. I'm wearing it right now, obviously. It's a good foundation. Almost every time that I've worn foundation, I've worn this one because I just really like it. It's a great foundation, and for someone who is looking for a more sheer, glowy foundation that just glides on really smoothly, I cannot recommend this enough. So good. So good. For concealer this year, this one was super easy, no brainer. I've used this quite a bit this year. I got it during lockdown. It's a drugstore concealer, and if you see my videos, you probably know exactly which one I'm talking about. It's a good concealer, but listen, okay, I've tried a lot of different concealers, not only this year, but also just like in my lifetime. Some high-end ones, some more drugstore ones. I've tried the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, the MAC Studio Fix Concealer, Pro Longwear Concealer. I've tried the YSL Hours Concealer, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, the Power Fabric Concealer, the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. I've tried a lot of different concealers, but I'd have to say my favorite one, maybe of all time, is the L'Oreal Full Wear Infallible Concealer. She is thick, but not too thick. She is thick where she has good coverage, but very easily blendable. Looks beautiful on the skin. I can use not only for my under eyes, but also spots if I want to. I really like this concealer. It's kind of large and in charge, and she's got a bit of a bigger wand. Reminds me a lot of the Too Faced concealer, which I really did like. That one was really good, but this one's just so good and so inexpensive. I haven't worn too much foundation this year due to the whole mask situation. I just hate getting foundation on my mask. I feel like it's gross. It feels gross. My mask looks gross. I don't love it. Plus, like maskne and all that, it's already pretty prevalent and I just don't want to irritate it more. Anyways, I don't wear foundation, but I will wear concealer, and I've consistently, almost consistently, worn this one. I have been trying some more recently, but pretty much like once I got this during lockdown, I wore it in pretty much every video, every time I wore makeup just for funsies, every time I've worn makeup in general, I've worn this one. And even though I have been trying more higher end concealers lately, this drugstore one stands out so much. I love the color, I love the coverage, I love the finish. It's a good concealer, and I find that it's very long wearing as well. It's just a great product, and I don't love L'Oreal products as a whole. I have tried a lot of different things, and they have some really good ones. They have some ones that I don't love as much, but this one is good. This one's a good concealer. Highly recommend. For powder, again, this was really easy for me. Hourglass Veil Powder. I've probably been wearing this for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and I love this powder. It is sheer without being too sheer. It adds a nice kind kind of skin-like finish. It really does set though, and it stays on a really long time without looking powdery. It is a luxury brand. Hourglass is more luxury, and it feels very luxurious. I love the packaging. I love the powder. It's so silky. It's so beautiful. It's just such a stunning powder, and you need only the tiniest bit underneath the eyes. If you want to apply it to the whole face, you totally can, but to me, I feel like it's just a waste of powder. But it looks great underneath the eyes. I used to set my T-zone as well. I don't really feel the need to do that anymore, so I just set the under eyes. And this powder is perfect for that because, again, it sets the under eyes without looking powdery. It looks just really skin-like and very soft focus. It's just a really good powder. It is like $54, which is, to me, a lot for a powder, but honestly, it really is worth it. And especially for how long I've had it, like I will repurchase this again because I know it's gonna last just as long the next time. And I just really like this powder. It's really good, and it's not just my favorite of 2020, but probably the best powder that I've ever tried of all time. For bronzer, I really couldn't just choose one product. I did have to choose two. I did, okay? I wear this bronzing routine pretty much every day. I have switched it up, but I usually just stick to these two. It is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzing Stick in Baked and the MAC Studio Fix Powder in NC35. The Milk Stick, I love how glowy it is. I love the color. I love the ease of application, and there's so much product in here. It's insane. Again, I've had this almost as long as longer than I've had the Hourglass powder, and I would say I probably have just as much of this left as I have of that, which means that in the like 2 years that I've owned it, I still have a lot of life left in this. And again, it's just a beautiful shade. It has a really nice glow, and it's so soft and blendable. It just looks so smooth, so silky, so flawless, but just adds that beautiful bronzy glow. And then I love to set it with the Studio Fix powder by MAC in NC35. I like how this adds longevity. This has a really nice shade as well to it, so it really does complement the cream really well, complements my skin tone really well. And I don't feel like I get any kind of compromise with the glow, despite it being a matte foundation powder. It's just a great combination. And I used to do the Milk Stick with other bronzers, but I felt like that was just too much bronze for me. This adds a beautiful bronze without it being too much. It has a little bit of subtlety with it while still being quite bronzy. For highlight, this was a little bit difficult because my favorite powder highlight is the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish, and I wear that so often. It is really my favorite. I've gone through like 3 pans already. It's a great highlight, but I wanted to narrow it down to one, okay? We're ignoring the bronzing situation. Highlighter, I just wanted to kind of get down to one that to me this year really stood out, and I don't wear this product over makeup as like an over makeup highlighter, but I wear it almost every day underneath makeup or just alone on the skin because it looks amazing. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow. This is a beautiful highlighting product. First of all, you get so much in here, and you get this giant one so you can just like draw all over the face. It's so beautiful. It just adds a gorgeous glow to the skin. Again, you can wear it by itself, you can wear it underneath makeup, you can probably even mix it in with your makeup, and you could probably wear it over top of makeup too, and it would look stunning. I usually just wear it underneath, but I love the effect that it gives. Even if I'm wearing foundation over top of it, it still really shines through, and it's a beautiful product. And they have a nice shade range of different highlight colors, and they're coming out with more too, which is great. But yeah, I've been loving some Charlotte Tilbury this year. She's got some great products, and this is for sure one of my absolute favorites. Love this guy. For blush, I've really been liking the MAC So Natural Glow Play Blush. This came out, I believe, like sometime last year or earlier this year. I don't even remember when. But it's just it's kind of a cream, but more of a bouncy texture. It's really interesting. This shade is so beautiful. I've been waiting for a cream color like this. It looks like Warm Soul from MAC, which is like a beautiful kind of nude, rose, peachy it's hard to explain, a really beautiful natural blush, and this is like the almost exact like cream version of it. And me being as into cream products as I am, I was really looking for something like Warm Soul because it's one of my favorites, and this is it for me. This is just so beautiful. It is long wearing because most creams I find really aren't that long wearing, but because this one is more of that kind of bouncy texture, it wears almost like a mousse. It doesn't look splotchy or weird. I can apply it with like a more stiff brush or a stippling brush. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's got nice pigment to it without being overly pigmented, and overall just a beautiful product that adds a really nice finish to the cheeks. It is quite beautiful. Love this blush, and yeah, I hope that MAC extends the Glow Play shade line because I really like the formula of this blush. I have another one too, but this color reigns supreme. Lipstick was a little bit harder to kind of decide my favorites. I haven't really bought a lot of lipsticks this year, haven't really worn a lot of lipsticks this year. Thank you so much, COVID-19. So it was really hard to decide like what my favorite was. There's been a few lipsticks that I actually went out of my way to buy. And my rule this year was like, I'm not gonna buy any lipsticks because I have a lot. I'm not gonna wear any this year, so like, what's the point? But this one, this launched at Counter when I worked at MAC, and at first I was like really unimpressed with the line. When I saw them in Update, I was really unimpressed with them. But this color, so much like all the other single shade products that I've talked about, this one color, fantastic. This is the MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lipstick in Make Love to the Camera. And honestly, since falling in love with this lipstick, I've pretty much fallen in love with this formula. It is moussey. It's nice and long wearing without being drying. It is very beautiful. It's almost like a semi-matte. It's not completely matte, but it's not really that shiny either. Like, it's not glossy. But this color is so gorgeous. It's like a really nice burgundy. It's not too red or too brown or too purple. It's a beautiful color, and the texture is gorgeous. And again, like I'm not one for liquid lipsticks. Let me just say that. I'm not at all one for liquid lipsticks. I haven't really worn a lot of lipsticks in general this year. I love something really smooth and creamy with a lot of shine to it. And this, while it is smooth and creamy, doesn't really have a lot of shine to it, but it's a beautiful color. And I literally went out of my way to buy this, which again, told myself I was not gonna wear lipsticks this year or that I wasn't gonna buy any, and I did break the rules because this one just kind of made me fall in love. It's a really good lipstick. I've worn it quite a lot in videos. It's just really good. I like that one a lot. For lip gloss, this one was, again, really hard because I just haven't worn that many lipsticks this year. Haven't really bought a lot of lip products. So gloss was kind of hard to find, or at least like my favorite of this year. So I just kind of went with my favorite of all time, which is the MAC Lip Glass, the Viva Glam Ariana Grande one. This was her first collaboration with MAC. This lip gloss is a little old, okay? I've been wearing this for a long time. It's a beautiful color. It smells fine also, so, okay, I don't want to hear about how old it is. I'm aware, but it smells perfectly fine, so I'm gonna keep on wearing it. It's a beautiful pinky nude with some sparkle. I love the lip gloss formula from MAC. It's like extra shiny, extra gorgeous, and this color is so nice over a nude or a pink lipstick, or even just by itself. And I've just been wearing it consistently for years, and until I find a replacement, or until it goes bad, I'm just not gonna stop. So yeah. Favorite lip gloss. And those are my favorite products of 2020. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you really liked it. If you did like it, don't forget to give it a like and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more of me. All of my social media links will be down below, so you can follow me elsewhere. Let me know what your favorite products of this year were down in the comments below. I would like to hear from you. What was your favorite moisturizer? What was your favorite foundation? What was your favorite eyeshadow palette? Okay? What was your favorite lipstick? I wanna know. Let me know. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.